Good afternoon. Going green is an increasingly more important topic in today's society. However, in Riverdale, 50 tons of waste go out to our landfill every day. Now, in light of this, I have spoken with several residents, done extensive research of our community as well as other communities in recycling, and I have come up with a solution. Riverdale needs to adopt a community-wide recycling program in order to eliminate its waste. But in order to get to this solution, we first need to look at the waste that Riverdale produces. We then need to look at why it's even important to be environmentally conscious. And then we can look at how we can actually partner with the Riverdale City Hallers in order to implement a recycling plan. And then how this plan will actually help fulfill desires of our residents. And then finally, how we can put this plan into action. But first, let's talk about waste. The United States is the top producer of waste in the world. According to Forbes in 2009, the United States was responsible for 25% of waste, despite only having 5% of the world's population. Riverdale is among the worst cities in the United States when it comes to recycling. According to PBS in 2009, the average city recycles 35% of its waste. Riverdale only recycles 19%. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, why is it even important to recycle and to eliminate waste? Well, let's look at that need. First of all, as I'm sure many of you have seen, there's been numerous articles and research that's been done showing why waste is so harmful for our environment. And it is up to us to take care of that environment. Two, because it's becoming such an important issue, we need to keep in mind that people who might want to even move to our community maybe won't come to our community because it's not easy to recycle and we're not a great community. But let's look even closer to home. Let's look inside our community. I've spoken to several residents who have said to me that they actually desire to be environmentally conscious and to help eliminate waste. So, in light of all this, I've actually spoken with the Riverside City Hallers, and we can partner with them. I know last time community recycling was brought up to the board, cost was an issue, and that's why it was brought down, which is understandable. In the Journal of Academic Profession in 2011, it said that people are less likely to be a part of community-wide recycling programs if there's high costs involved. However, City Hallers has inclined to me that they would be willing to pay 50% of the cost instead of just 35% like last time. Now, this would mean a much smaller tax hike, and the residents that I talked to earlier about recycling said that they would be willing to fulfill that price. However, researchers have also said that people are more likely to be a part of a community-wide recycling program if they feel empowered. Well, let's empower them to do so. Because our residents desire to be more environmentally conscious, we need to look at how we can help them. Recycling is a great way to do this. According to that PBS article I mentioned earlier, 2009, San Francisco has actually eliminated 80% of its waste through recycling and is aiming for 100%. Additionally, recycling is also cost effective. We'd only have to pay for the cans, trucks, and workers to pick up those cans. So, how can we in Riverdale implement a recycling program? First, we need to vote for a community recycling program into action. And this means we need to actually come up with something, right? So, we first need to negotiate with City Hallers. We need to come up with a plan. And from my research, the two-can program that many other communities have adopted is most effective. This means that residents put out 1 can for waste, 1 can for recycling, and a separate truck comes and picks up both of them. Obviously, we would need to make sure that City Hallers is on board with this plan, and we would also need to negotiate that 50% cost. Additionally, we need to market and we need to distribute those cans. It is crucial to market, as found in the professional geographers in 1993, wherein researchers said that, quote, it is crucial, end quote, to make sure that every household is aware of the program in order for it to be effective. And then finally, we need to distribute those cans and make sure that residents know what to put into them and when to put them out. So now we come full circle. We have seen several motivations why we should recycle in Riverdale. We have seen the waste that Riverdale produces, why it's important to even care about that waste and be environmentally conscious. We have seen how we can partner with Riverdale City Hallers and how that will actually help to fulfill Riverdale's citizens' desire to be environmentally conscious. And then finally, we have looked at this plan of having a two-can system in order to help our citizens and our environment be more healthy. So it is up to us to take care of our community, and recycling is one way to do so. Thank you.